Alright, welcome to the stream, welcome to the stream, welcome to the Neals. I keep trying to do a video on YouTube on how to do the daily pet battles in Draenor, or at least how I do them, and search for the rare mobs that drop the mounts. People keep asking me, Neal, why do you keep running over finding the rare mobs that drop the mounts? You must be lucky. I don't think I'm lucky, I think that it's just that I look for them every day. So, two things. You're going to need several pets to complete the Daily Draenor Pet Battle circuit, and they include the Mechanical Pandaren Dragonling. Mechanical Pandaren Dragonling is the first pet you're going to need. I also use a Dark Moon Tonk. You don't have to use a Dark Moon Tonk. You only use it in one pet battle. I imagine that any other mechanical would probably work there. You're going to need a Chrominus. Chrominus drops from Blackwing Lair. Popular pet. You'll also need another fairy dragon. From Feralis for one of the fights. Also need a giant bone spider. Comes from Naxxramas. You need a hello Rachel fan. You'll need a Shadeling, Restless Shadeling, which is the one that only comes after midnight. Deadwing Pass. Wait up for the Restless Shadeling. You also need a Cog Blade Raptor and a Warbot. Cog Blade Raptor, Warbot, and at the last fight you'll need an Anubis Idol, the popular pet, and the Mechanical Pandaren Dragonling. So for our first battle, which is with Ashley, Mechanical Pandaren Dragonling, and the Dark Moon Tonk. Now, Neal usually levels one pet from 3 to 25 doing the circuit. It is Pet Battle Week, which means we can level 3 pets from 3 to 25 in one day. And I'll show you how to do that today. I actually only have a few pets left to level. I'm down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pets left to level. So then I'll be done leveling. That'll be nice. The other thing that you're going to need is a macro. I have a macro that looks for the mounts, the mobs that drop the mounts. So it says target Pathrunner, target Siltide, target Lok'hok, target Knack, target Gorok, target Poundfist. Got a couple of the rares that I'm looking for. So I've got that bound to my number 1 key, so you'll hear me spamming that macro when we are looking for the thing. Now, the mobs. Not sure if everybody has this. The only other thing that I have that you might want is the Handy Notes. Draenor Treasures add-on puts marks on your map where all the rare mobs spawn. So you can see here in Shadowmoon Valley, the various spawn locations for Pathrunner. It forms a little S. It also shows you where the Void Talons spawn. And obviously Ashley's always on your map if you've got that turned on. So we'll head over to Ashley first. And now we find Ashley. How is Rachel fan doing today? Now the Mechanical Pandaren Dragonling, the abilities you want are his Breath, his Thunderbolt, and his Decoy. At the Dark Moon Tonk, there's Missile and his Shock and Awe. Lock On is also good. I'll only use a couple of those abilities. You know, Rachel, you were here the last time I tried to do this, and YouTube didn't like any of the music that I had. It kept muting me and wouldn't let me do the music. For some reason, Twitch or YouTube doesn't like me every time I try to do this video. I've tried it several times. So we're at Ashley. She's gonna She wants to be just like us when she grows old.
A hero like you.
We will fight. Now with Pinky Bell, you want to throw out your decoy from your Dragonling. It'll take those first 2 hits from the Pinky Bell. Now you could use your Thunderbolt. I don't think it's all that effective in this fight, so I usually just breath Pinky Bell to death after a decoy. Breath, breath, breath until Pinky Bell is dead. And Pinky Bell dies here. She's going to bring in, Ashley's going to bring in Doodle. Doodle's sort of sad. He doesn't really hit. He just does fun stuff. Like, what? Cute as a button. He's the best Elk in the whole world. Nap time. So your carry pet, he's a level 3. He can do anything to Doodles that he wants. He's not going to get hurt. Hurts Doodles a little bit. Then we bring in our Tonk and finish off the fight. We can shock and awe. That sometimes will stun the Talbuck. If it doesn't, that's okay. If it stunned him, she'd swap Doodles back in. If it doesn't, he dies pretty quickly anyway. Again, you may not have a Darkmoon Tonk. If you don't, it's okay. I imagine any other mechanical pet would probably be okay there. Something that's good against beasts. And then just missile Doodles to death. Doodle. Poor Doodle. And then his eye sewn back on when he's done. Says it, oh, that's okay. Doodle's gonna need a new eye. Don't forget to loot. Sometimes I forget to loot. So if you didn't notice today, my Spine Claw went from 3 to level 20. Usually he'll go from 3 to about 12. If it's a regular week here in bonus pet week, he'll go from 3 to 20. That's pretty good. At our next fight, we will have a new carry pet, the Spiny Lizard, Mechanical Pentarn Dragonling, and Chrominus. Chrominus is going to want his Arcane Explosion and his Ancient Blessing. Surge of Power isn't really used in the next fight, but it will be used today, later. Mechanical Pentarn Dragonling, same abilities. Breath, Thunderbolt, Decoy. And now we'll take a look for the Pathrunner locations. We'll do a little S, flying around Draenor, spamming our macro. Shadow Moon, actually. Flying around Shadow Moon, looking for, pressing the macro, looking for Pathrunner. Some people say, well, Neall, all you need is your called the rare mob finder. Why am I forgetting the add-on? Forgetting the add-on. All you need is, oh, I have it. This is terrible. I'm forgetting the add-on that finds all of the rare mobs for you. NPC scan, right? Where is NPC scan? Oh, it's at the top. NPC scan. All you need is NPC scan, and NPC scan will find those rare mobs for you. I do think that's the case. I find these guys an awful lot, and I don't remember NPC scan going off when they're in range. Usually it's the targeting macro that finds them for me. I keep meaning to double check next time I find one, and I always forget, but I don't believe NPC scan. I think The rare mobs that drop the mounts are in the cache, and once you find them the first time, it won't go off if it finds them again. It does find the other mobs in Draenor every time you find them, but not. I don't think it finds the rare mobs that drop the mount. I wouldn't trust NPC scan to find them. I just fly the little path right over their rare spawn locations. I spam the macro. If they were up, you'd see a targeting circle on my mini-map and see them pop up as the target. I also look for the Void Talon portals, although I've already found my Void Talon. I already took my portal, got my Void Talon. So I've only seen one, and there's NPC scan going off right there. I've only seen one Void Talon portal, the one that I took. I am not sure if you can see a second one after you take yours, but I looked just in case. Alert a guildie to its spawning. Probably ask that question. Might save me 5 minutes of this hour-long trek. So no Path Runner today. No Path Runner. We got 2 Void Talon portal spots. And then we're off to Spires. Spires of Iraq does not have a mob that drops a rare mount, except, well, the world boss, Rukmar. So there's no other mob in the zone that drops a mount. But it does have 2 portal locations. On the way out, so we just head to Vashar. That's his name. And again, with Vashar, we're going to have our carry pet, Chrominus, with his Arcane Explosion, Ancient Blessing, Surge of Power, Mechanical Pandaren Dragonling with Breath, Thunderbolt, Decoy. And I usually fly, look for this landmark, the fires close to each other, fly between them, fly down. You do this every day, you sort of get an idea of where to go without even looking at the map. Just from landmarks. And I probably need to start doing a Rukmar group every day. My different alts. I need his mount as well. I have not picked that up yet. So with Vashar, like I said, the carry pet Chrominus, Mechanical Pandaren Dragonling. And the carry pet can do whatever the carry pet wants to do. To the first guy, he's not going to take any damage. And whatever he does is just bonus. Bring out Chrominus. And Chrominus is going to spam Arcane Explosion until he's about half health. And then do an Ancient Blessing. So we'll go ahead and Ancient Blessing now. Get his health back up. And keep spamming Arcane Explosion. So now we'll do Ancient Blessing on cooldown and Arcane Explosion for filler. So the nice thing about the Arcane Explosion is it's damaging both the last pet, Darkwing, and the first pet, the Kalari. So you want to do as much damage to both of those guys as you can. It's not really damaging the Apexis Guardian. Doing minor damage to him, but it's more about damaging the first and the last pet. You'd really want him Do as much to both as he can. So as soon as that guy dies, we're going to swap out for our Mechanical Pandaran Dragonling. Drop a decoy. That decoy is going to take those entangling roots with hurt. Take that Swell Ash and that entangling roots. Then I like to breath the Guardian until he's less than 444. Just so that my Thunderbolt takes him to dead. The Thunderbolt should kill him and do damage to the last pet as well. In fact, it killed the last pet. You'll see how much damage these roots are going to do unless... Well, actually this breath is... Even if it kills him, the roots are going to go off. Kill me. But I'll come back to life. And if you didn't know, you have to beat Vashar to access the pets that he sells. So there are two pets that Vashar can sell you. Polari Hatchling and the Veil Watcher Hatchling. You have to beat him to be able to obtain those. I think they can be caged and sold. I forgot to change pets. So we want to heal our battle pets. And at our next fight, again, that guy went from 3 to 18, the Spiny Lizard. So we'll leave him in as the carry pet for the next one. Chrominus will be first next. Spiny Lizard, and this is where we'll have the Nether Fairy Dragon. Nether Fairy Dragon needs the Arcane Blast. Life Exchange, that second ability sort of... Pick either one, we don't really use it, and the Moonfire. Moonfire is important because it's going to change the weather that one of the moths is going to put up at. I think her name is Tara Loon. Yep, Tara Loon. So we'll check for these Void Talon portals on the way out of Spires. And as I say, I've memorized the map locations without looking at the map, and I start zooming all over the map, not finding what I'm looking for. Way to go, Neal's a noob. Is a noob. So we'll check for Void Talon portal. Nothing here. Now this is what I'm really working on. The Master Pet Brawler, those PvP pet battles, they're vicious. I do not enjoy that grind at all. I despised it so much that I went and started playing Heroes of the Storm, the free-to-play game, so that I could get the Graves pet. And I have the Graves pet now, and it has become much, much easier. Grind those PvP pet battles with Graves in my lineup. Winning about 3 out of 4 matches with Graves, where before, I don't know, maybe 1 out of 4, 2 out of 4, somewhere in there. Not only that, the matches are going faster. I'm at 211. I hope to get to 250 tonight and get, there would be a pet that I earn at 250 PvP pet battles. The stunted Diehorn. So that's the goal for tonight. 49 pet battle wins to win my stunted dire.
Have you any news? Be brave.
Alright, so at Terraloon, Chrominus is first, and we want to not spam. This is a critical sequence. Otherwise, you're not going to beat this first moth, and you're going to be quite frustrated. So we Arcane Explosion, but the moth stunned that, so it really doesn't matter what you do. That first move, well, it doesn't really matter. That second one got him out of the cocoon. damage the backline pets. And now we want to Ancient Blessing. Heal up after that big hit. Do 2 more Arcane Explosions. So it's Arcane Explosion, Ancient Blessing, Arcane Explosion, Arcane Explosion. And at that point, we have the ability to Surge of Power him, but he's fixing a cocoon. And that's not going to help us, so we're going to pass and let him cocoon. Then we're going to Ancient Blessing again. Heal up, because he's about to hit us big again. And then, now we can Surge of Power safely and get rid of the first moth. And the second moth should one-shot us. And he did. We bring in the carry pet. Now the carry pet here can't be a level 3. Needs to be something that can take a little bit of damage. And half the time he's going to get stunned or put to sleep. So whatever you pick as far as doing damage here. Not critical. So pick something, he may or may not get that off, and then bring in your Nether Fairy Dragon. Then as the Nether Fairy Dragon gets to go, you want to Moonfire. Clear the weather that's doing the lightning storm and the extra damage to us. Sometimes we'll one-shot that moth. We won't. We didn't there. Second shot usually takes care of him. He might be, might think about life exchange here, but he's going to do his extra critical strike. So just doing an Arcane Blast sort of equals out the health, and that second one takes him down. So, Heirloom destroyed, and now our Spiny Lizard is up to 25. 2 Pet Battles. He's up to 25 on the Pet Battle bonus weekend. Next fight, we'll see. Next fight, we'll use a giant bone spider. First, actually second. And our shading, restless shading last. And then whichever carry pet you're going to want to use would go first. Again, you wouldn't want a level 3. With a little more health to it, it's going to take a big hit from the first guy at Tar the Terrible. And we'll look for Siltide. We're in Talador. Siltide, 2, 3, 4, 5 locations, and then 2 Void Talon portals on the way out. Rachel Fan, are you in need of a couple of the mounts from the rare mob? Neall has all of them. He's found every rare mob multiple times except Knack. I've never found Knack on my own server. I had to server hop to find him, and I've only found him once. I don't know what Knack is doing, but he is not up on my server when I'm looking for him. That's surprising. And I've found I found every other rare mob at least 3 times, including Pound Fist. Found Pound Fist 3 times. But Knack once. And you could tell Siltide. In fact, if you've seen the rare mobs before, you may just recognize them on sight. Siltide is a blue river wallower, and recognize him if you see him. A couple more spawn locations for Siltide. And in the middle here. here. And one more location. And no silt hide today. That's cool. Check the other Void Talon portals. Someone mentioned yesterday the Garn Night Owl bounce drops from the Wolf up in Frostfire Ridge. They asked for a group to go farm that. That mob is pretty much up all the time. I think he has a 15-minute respawn rate. The guild that I was in, farmed the Garn Night Owl early in the expansion. I think the expansion dropped in November, and we farmed that over a week in December. So I have not had an inclination to go back into that area. I was there for some. There's an archaeology dig site near that location, so I have been back in the area, and those wolves are, I think they're level 103. They are easy to aggro, and once you aggro one, you usually get 3 or 4. Not a fun place for archaeology, let me say that. So now we're into the Grand, and there are 2 rare mobs in the Grand. Lok'hok, who drops his modeled Meadow Stomper, a few spawn locations, and then Void Talon portals and the Knack, the Thunderer. Look for all of those. If you hadn't noticed, on my mini-map, those markers show up on my mini-map as well as my map from the Draenor Treasures, Handy Notes Draenor Treasures Guide. And I think if you've been following along, you say, well, gee, Neal, you haven't found any rare mounts, and that's true. Most days I don't find a rare mount or a rare mob that drops a mount. But as I'm doing these daily pet battles, I'm looking, and some days I find them. Many days I find them, but not every day. I think it's just a matter of looking for them. Every day you have a better chance of finding them. No Lok'hok today, and he is the guy that I've found more often than others. Gorok is up there as well. He's up in Crossfire. So we'll head over here to this Void Talon's portal. A couple of Knack locations, Void Talon. There's on WoW Head, there's a Knack location out right here by Decor Hand. Check there every day as well, just in case, but I haven't found. Goodness gracious. Thank you. I've never found Knack. The one time that I found him, he was over there. I'll show you. It was above the little ogre ruins. think my Void Talon portal was here in the Grand as well. Forget which one I found it, but it was one of these 3 or 4 in the Grand where I found my Void Talon portal. That was an exciting day. What? That looks different. What's that? There was something with a silver dragon on it. In a Zelganark. This is where I found my Void Talon portal. It was right there. Little purpley portal. As I flew over the spot. There's NPC scan, Tech Talon. That's not going to help us. We're looking for Knack, the Thunderer. So this is this location that's on Wowhead, but not on the Handy Notes map. And this is the one. This is where I found Knack, up here, above these ruins. And I had to server hop to find him. Oh, wow! Wow, Knack is up. Holy cow! Knack is up. Holy cow. Holy cow, folks. And you see, there is no NPC scan going off. No NPC scan going off telling me Knack is up. So Knack's gonna drop the Bloodhoof Bull. Like try to kill this guy. Knack is up. Knack is up. Wow. You're witnessing Fire Phoenix. Oh, you got one. You got one, okay. The Rachel Fan, you're witnessing history. This is the first time I have found Knack, the Thunderer, on my server. Wow, I'm just I'm amazed. Literally, this has never... This is the second time that I found him. The first time I found him, I was server hopping. Y'all are watching history, really. Knack is up. Knack is up. Nice.
They can't join our group.
Yes, Angel. That's fine, Angel.
And let me see, need some toilet paper, things like that. And I've got to go by home, get some degreaser for the back. I thought I was going to break my arm last time I tried to clean it. My heart had scrub. So I gotta go there, and I gotta go to.
Alright, Angel.
So
All right,
No.
Angel.
They're so. I
Be
love them.
careful.
Yeah, if you call me. I shouldn't be going. Like it.
All
I
right.
got. Burger time when I get home.
Well, here we go. Come on, Hudson. He's on the ground now. Be weird. He is on a ground mount. That's awesome. Hello, Angel. All right. All right. All right. You too. All right, let's help summons the friends. Well, here we go. Rare mob knack. Engaged, pulled. 20 people are going to pick up out. Oh, come on. Congrats, everyone, on that mount. The Bloodhoof Bull. Neall helps people earn achievements. That's your mount achievement right there. Congrats to the 20 folks picking up their Bloodhoof Bull. But I can't type that fast. Alright, so we were gonna do a pet battle. Cool, cool. Alright, Angel. Alright, so Tar the Terrible. We're going to have our carry pet go first. Again, he needs to be, I don't know, 18 or something like that. It doesn't really matter what you do to the first guy, although something that does a little bit of damage is going to be nice. Picked up the Whirlpool. So you take that hit, you swap him out for your giant bone spider, and then you use your giant bone spider's death grip to bring back the first pet. You want to get rid of that first pet as quickly as possible. So we're going to bite, bite, bite until he's dead. Sometimes he's going to get his shield off. He's not going to do it today. If I didn't kill him right here on this round, he would get his shield off on all three of his all three of the guys. So if that happens, he would shield, you would bite him, get his shield off, but he would do that first move again, that big hit, and swap out. You'd have to bite off the shield from the second guy and then swap back in, death grip back in the first guy and finish him off, and then move on to the second and third guys. But he didn't get the shield off today because my first pet was able to do a little bit of damage to him. So giant bone spider should make it a while. He just stunned me, which is okay. I usually pass here because he's gonna do a breath in or whatever, charge up, so it doesn't really hurt that I'm stunned. Finish off the second pet. Bite the third one again. If he had gotten that shield off, the first guy, you'd have to bite off the shield. And you may be on to your next pet at that point. A little bit of a different fight. Just remember, bite and then death grip the first pet back in. Kill the first pet, then the second, then the third. At this point, when the guy's high in the air, you want to use your phase shift from your Restless Shadeling to avoid the big hit. And finish him off with your Shadow Shock. And he's dead. Get to loot, heal up. In our next pet battle, we'll see Cog. And our Spineclaw went to 25 now, so he's good. Cogblade Raptor will go last. Warbot will go first. And today again, because it's pet battle bonus, pick a level 3 pet. Bring Rabbit. And level him up on these last two fights. And we'll see if we get a twofer. We got Knack the Thunderer. We still have Gorok and Pound Fist we could find today. As we head north, from Tar the Terrible. I always want to say that like Charles Barkley. Tar the Terrible. Terrible. T-R-B-L-E. Terrible. Or at least that's the comedian making fun of Charles Barkley. No Gorok in the first location. Again, Gorok, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 locations. This is the other one, the Nok Karash with the Garn Nighthowl. Again, he's got like a 15-minute respawn timer, Nok Karash. But he only drops one. So if you're going to get a group together, you're going to need a group that has agreed on how we're going to rotate that drop. Again, when I did it, my guild did it over a 4-day period or so, and everybody that was with the guild picked it up, or with the guild group picked it up. I guess it's a little easier to pick up now. You needed a good 20-man raid. Part of the X-Pack. No Gorok there. Head north, we'll check these 3 Void Talon locations and the other Gorok location. Again, I look for the Void Talon portals, even though I've already got my Talon. I already have my mount from that. I've taken my portal. I've only ever seen the one portal, the one that I took, but I like to look for them just in case I can tip off somebody that that it's up. Just not even sure that you can see them after you've taken them. I'm not really sure where all of these are, if it's in this cave or up above on the mountain side. I have them in funny marked locations, but I don't appear to see one. No Gorok over here. Head south to his last 2 locations. I've seen him in all the locations except this one that's marked right here. Really sure on this Grumgar site where he would show up. How's everyone doing in Twitch? Daily Pet Battles. I actually found a Knack the Thunderer earlier. I do my daily pet battles. I look for the rare mounts, or at least the mobs that drop, the rare mobs that drop the mounts. Showing people how I do that. And we found Knack the Thunderer, and people got their Knack the Thunderer Bloodhoof Bull mount a few minutes ago. So we're checking out the last couple of Gorok spawns, a couple more pet battles, and then take a short break and head for PvP pet battles. I was saying earlier, that's what I'm working on now. The Master Pet Brawler, Brutal Pet Brawler. I'm 49, not 39 wins away from the 250 mark on PvP. That is a grind. A grind I have not enjoyed. I did start playing Heroes of the Storm just so I could get the Graves pet, and that's made it a little easier having Graves in my PvP lineup. Has made the PvP pet battle grind a lot easier. And and found Heroes of the Storm very fun. A fun game. I didn't think I would find another game as fun as World of Warcraft, but Heroes of the Storm has been quite fun.
Do you need supplies? For Duratan.
And we'll likely stream a little bit of that later in the week. So here at Gargra, we're going to use our Warbot. We're going to throw out a minefield. Throw out a minefield. And that's really for the second pet that comes in. We're going to then do some plating, extra plating. Because this guy just did an ability that doubles his hit attacks. So with this first guy, so sometimes he kills my Warbot and that's bad, but not today. So you saw the minefield just did a ton of damage to the second guy. We throw out another minefield now. Sometimes, depending on how quickly we kill that first guy, we have to pass around before we can throw down the minefield. Once you throw down the minefield, bring in your carry pet for a round. He's gonna now do that. So he's not gonna hit my level 3 guy at all. Then I bring in my Cog Blade Raptor. I like to do an overtune first, just to make sure that I go first. Sometimes that overtune would kill that puppy dog, and it wouldn't really matter, because I would be faster than the last puppy dog. But it's nice to overtune and ensure that I'm going to be first. Another minefield explosion, and then usually this batter takes care of that puppy. So my bunny rabbit went from 3 to 18. 3 to 18. Again, pet battle bonus week is what's making that happen. And at our last fight, we're going to use the Anubis Idol and the mechanical Pandaren Dragling. So that mechanical Pandaren Dragling is important. He's used in 3 of the fights. You get him from an engineer. You should pick one up if you haven't already. Very powerful pet. And we'll go east from here to Simri. Get the last battle in and then look for Pound Fist. If we get a Knack Pound Fist double for the day, that'd be... Okay, this... So, very interesting. Live on the stream, we found Knack the Thunderer. That's pretty awesome. Guess I should stream this every day if that's going to ensure that I find Knack every day. That's pretty awesome. Not found Knack. Once realm hopping because I wanted to finish off collecting those mounts. First time I found him on my server. The first time I found him when server hopping, I only had one other person join me for the kill. And it was sort of weird because he disappeared. He actually vanished right before kill and the loot. And then he reappeared. So I don't know if he glitched or what. First time we killed him, we had to kill him twice.
Farewell.
But we got it. A little weird. Anyway, so with the Idol of Decay, you want to use your deflection every time it's up with your Anubis Idol. So deflect avoids his big hit. Keeps your Anubis Idol basically at full health. I Sandstorm on cooldown. Sandstorm on cooldown. Then fill in with Crush. And I do this a little differently than most guides that I've seen. When this second deflection comes in, so my deflection just came off cooldown, so I want to use it. He'll be using his big hit. I now swap in the bunny rabbit, my carry pet, for 1 round of this, the swarm of flies, and swap right back to the Anubis of the Idol. I get a swarm of flies that misses, then do a sandstorm because it just came off a cooldown, and a deflection because it's coming off cooldown. Now you gotta watch the Idol's health. As he reaches 1-shot territory, he's gonna cast why can't I remember the ability name? So at 73, if I hit him one more time, he's gonna die. But he's going first, and he's gonna cast, and I'll pass so you can see it, that Dark Rebirth. If I had smacked him right then, he'd have his Dark Rebirth up. He would come back at full health. That is bad, so I don't want to hit him right here either. I will pass again, and Dark Rebirth falls off. My deflection just came up, so I need to deflect, avoid the big hit. And since Sandstorm's coming off cooldown, I'll Sandstorm him to dead. He's an undead, so he's going to come back to life anyway. In fact, if you had killed him outside of that range, so if he had not gotten the Dark Rebirth off before he died the first time because he's undead, he would cast it right then, come back to life. So you want to make sure he does not have that Dark Rebirth up when you kill him the first time. And he's already cast it. He won't be able to cast it again. Not sure the cooldown on Dark Rebirth, but I'll let him cast it and make sure he doesn't die during the Dark Rebirth. Then we're going to crush the lantern. This lantern is frustrating because one, he just did that thing that doubled everybody's health, and when he goes below half health, he does the wish. His wish is going to go off, so now he's going to be healed some dramatic number. Just keep crushing and sandstorming when I can, and hope that he is in the breath ranges of death when my idol dies. So he might wish again right here. Nope, good. So, hopefully he dies within a couple of breaths from my dragon. I'm gonna wish, and he should be dead before that wish goes off. Unless this misses, but it did. Alright, so that's good. First thing I want to do is decoy. I'm gonna take a big hit from the Brixel. And then I like to breath until he's less than 888 health. I want to make sure my Thunderbolt's going to kill him. He does a big repair once he's below some percentage of health. Should build another rocket. And now he's going to do his 3-round repair, so I'm going to Thunderbolt. He's going to die. And if he doesn't die this round, he would repair dramatically at the start of the next one. But he's dead. So, all good. And my bunny rabbit hit 25. So 3 pets to level 25 during the pet bonus week. Every day. Usually it's 1 pet a day. I'll start with 1 pet at Ashley, and when I get here, 1 pet at level 3. Once I get to here, Simri, that pet reaches 25 on a normal week. On the pet battle bonus week, you can do 3. And again, at this point, I've got just a few pets left to level. down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pets that are not level 25 and rare can be leveled. Alright, we will look for Pound Fist, last rare mob to look for. He's got 5 locations that he could spawn. Again, Handy Notes, Draenor Treasures puts those markers on your map so you can find them. I've got a targeting macro that I am spamming as I'm flying over. It basically just says target Pathrunner, Siltide, Lok'hok, Knack, Gorok, Pound Fist, and any other rares that I'd want to be looking for. Now, when Mock Flies doesn't keep up with me, that means I'm lagging some way. But that's what I do every day. Do those 6 Draenor Pet Battles, level at least 1 pet from 3 to 25. Look for all of the rare mobs along the way. It takes about an hour. Here, even with finding Knack and forming a group of 20 to kill him, we're looking at an hour and 12 minutes. Hour and 15, I suppose, when we're done. So, takes about an hour. You get a level up a pet, you get a bunch of pet treats. And if you're lucky, you find a rare mob that you can let your friends know about. And help people kill some rare mobs. Get those mounts. Again, my NPC scan is working, and these vignette mobs, what it calls them, it usually pops for them. It did not pop for Knack. And again, I have seen Knack. That was my 3rd time to see him. I've killed him once. It may go off the first time that you see him. One of the times that I saw him, he was dead. You know, so it was targeting corpse. So I think with NPC scan on those kinds of mobs, you have to clear the cache for it to pop. No Pound Fist today. We'll take a look for these last 3 portals. So I would not rely on NPC scan to help you find those rares. You just assume, and several people have told me that, they assume NPC scan is looking for that. They are flying over. If you have seen them once with NPC scan, if you didn't clear the cache, it's not going to pop for you. So that concludes today's round trip. Neal's going to take a short break. Be back in a little bit to do PvP Pet Battle. Again, the strategy for the pet battles includes several of your pets. You need the mechanical Pandaren Dragonling. He's in 3 fights. The Anubis Sith Idol. He's in 1. I use a Dark Moon Tonk. You don't have to use a Dark Moon Tonk. You could use another mechanical for that first battle with Ashley. You're going to use Chrominus in a couple of fights. You need Chrominus. You're going to need a Nether Fairy Dragon for the fight with Terraloon. You're going to need a Giant Bone Spider and a Shadeling, Restless Shadeling for Tar the Terrible, and then Cog Blade Raptor, Warbot for Gargra. A carry pet of your choice every day. You want your Handy Notes Draenor Treasures to mark your map, all of the spawn locations of both the portals and the rare mobs, and then a targeting macro that says target Pathrunner, target Siltide, target Lok'hok, target Knack, target Gorok, target Pound Fist, and then any other rares that you're looking for. And that's what Neal uses every day to run those pets, level them up, those rare mobs. Any questions?